right, we're ready for you.
Hi everybody, I'm Zach.
I'm Will.
And we're doing increase of campus dining and meal options. So for our recommendation, we propose that Elon increases campus dining by adding more options around campus.
So our audience is going to be the head of Elon Dining, so these are the three individuals who are in charge, and then the school treasurer and John Julie.
So the new meal plan that we're proposing, it's going to include all new added dining that we were thinking about doing. Not many upperclassmen seem to be buying meal plans nowadays. Most of them just go get groceries and then make their own food. So we feel like adding a new meal plan will get them focused on just spending more money at the school.
And another thing, well, actually, I'll come to that later. So the concerns that we thought you may have for us is how will the school benefit? What will the new options be popularly used? Where will they be placed? And what exactly are the new options? So our first concern is how will the school benefit?
For how will the school benefit, we said the more meal plans bought, the more money gets brought into the school. They're also keeping students on campus, which is a lot safer than having them drive around all throughout the town of Arlington and everything. And the possibility of having more students come to school in the future is the end result. They're going to see that we have new dining options that students enjoy, and to most kids applying for colleges, that's a very big thing, is to see what they'll be eating every day.
It also shows that we're trying to expand a little bit more, because I know one of the goals for this university is to have at least 10,000 students. That I remember I was talking to an individual from administration, and so a big thing would be to get as many prospective students here as possible. Our next concern is, will they be popular or used? So I asked 70 individuals yesterday if they would use new options or a new meal plan. 68 out of the 70 said yes, and out of the 60, 40 of them were upperclassmen, and every single upperclassman said without a doubt, if they had a cheaper meal plan that only got them things like Pay Away, Biscuitville, and Nova and Einstein, because a lot of them have jobs and they can't necessarily be in a dining hall for a whole long time, so they want to go get a quick meal, and spending, a lot of us are tight on money, I know I am, so having like a cheaper meal option where you can grab a meal that might cost less and have more nutritional value is a lot better. And so here are the new dining options. So we thought Chipotle, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, Blaze Pizza, Chick-fil-A, and Dunkin' Donuts. Our reasons behind this: Chipotle, Tropical Smoothie, and Blaze all are very big on farm to table, so really healthy ingredients, fresh ingredients. Tropical Smoothie Cafe's motto is eat better, feel better. And Chick-fil-A, we already had one here, and it was sadly taken away from us, so it'd be nice to get that back on campus. And then Dunkin' Donuts, everyone needs a breakfast place, so having a quick on-the-go breakfast place would be nice. But the biggest thing, because I know schools really want kids to have healthy options, and they want them to like live a healthier lifestyle, and we think that these places will really promote that.
Places that we're thinking about adding these include East Commons, Sankey Hall, Mosley Hall, Alumni Gym, and Oaks Commons. These areas just have a bunch of empty space that could be essentially used and everything. And I mean, why have an empty space when you can put something there that will benefit not only the students but the faculty as well?
Another big reason too is with all the places that we chose East, Sankey, which is there, Mosley, which is right there, Alumni, and then the Oaks. They're all centered around the main campus. They kind of form a circle, and majority of the time people are spending eating and in class and hanging out probably in that circle. So having options available to you, like where we know students will be, is also another reason we said that. And so our plan of action is to open up the 5 different places on campus. On average, it costs around $10,000 to open up a single franchise of a restaurant, like in a small setting. For places like Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, once you put down the deposit, the restaurant takes care of all the supplies, all of the construction. They do pretty much take everything in their own hands. All they ask is for a little profit reimbursement once you get going. The timeline it takes is about 2 to 6 months to put up each place. So we thought that it'd be good to start construction during the summer terms when there are not as many students on campus. And also, so that's good, so you can get the construction done fast and not have a lot of, a lot of traffic, even though there isn't much here on East Haggard, but also, it's just gonna be, there's no interference with a large student population. And then, one thing that we were undecided on yet was discussing whether to hire new workers or extend working hours. I know that a lot of people talked about adding certain employees, like a certain amount of employees for a certain dollar amount, but some people at the school might want to work more, so it's really a trial and error, see if they want to work more or not. Yeah. And so we're asking for your support to help us have these new dining options. We think that these additions will benefit the student body as a whole. We think that it can provide financial benefits for the school as well as appeal to the student body to stay on campus rather than go off for safety concerns. And then we really think that these will help promote a healthier lifestyle, because that is a big thing. We do have a lot of exercise places, but at the end of the day, what you put in your body is what really is healthy or not. So.
That's it, so thank you, and are there any questions?
Do you think the new options that you propose will compete with the old ones that are already like existent, so like Chipotle and Doba? Like
Yeah, so so I was looking at the nutritional values of both places. Chipotle is a lot more nutritionally centered. So one thing that we had discussed, probably should put in there, is taking out some of the old options. So take out a Razoo and put in Dunkin', take out Doba, put Chipotle, and then like in places that aren't used, like that little common area inside of alumni, put the tropical smoothie. So when people are coming out of a workout, like they just immediately have something. So I don't think it'll compete if you kind of pick and choose which ones you have here. Yeah.
Who's next?
Do you know if we have any, like the school has certain contracts with, like examples like Doba and Einstein?
Yeah, so I know that they do have, I don't think it's a contract, but they do have like it's an agreement saying like they can be here for this many years, and they're kind of, what's it called, they're kind of promised like certain like benefits from the school with them being here. Also, it was cheaper to get those places here. I was emailing with one of the heads of dining, and some of the places that we mentioned are a little bit more expensive to put and like run and maintain. So
I mean, if you think about the long-term, like effect of it, if you put in these places like Chipotle and you get more kids to buy these options, I mean, you're gonna make revenue off of it.
Yeah.
The money's gonna be made.
Like one of the big things when I asked the 70 individuals, I was basing it off of a meal plan that was like 150 meals a semester, and it was about $2,500. And if you do the 70 times 2,500, you get $145,000 of revenue just like from those 70. So that if you get a lot of students that don't have meal plans as seniors and juniors, you end up building a lot more money, so it doesn't cost a whole bunch. You have a bigger budget to use on these other options that could necessarily benefit people more. Yeah.
What other questions did you ask the 70 individuals?
So I asked them, would you want a new meal plan? First I asked, are these 5 options? What do you think about the 5 options? And all of them agreed on all of the options except one person said no to Blaze Pizza because they don't like LeBron James, and he's an endorser of Blaze Pizza. One kid
He's another,
said,
right? Okay.
One kid said no to Chick-fil-A because he has a deathly peanut allergy, so he can't eat a lot of stuff that's cooked in peanut oil, which I get, which is another concern. But I asked, would you use a new meal plan if it was less than block and gave you like 150 swipes per semester, and they said without a doubt, because a lot of times they'll find themselves going and they'll look up, like I remember for this, I looked up my credit card and my debit card statements, and I was spending absurd amounts of food, like on places off campus, where if they were here on a meal plan for $2,500, I'd be saving like $1,000 a semester. So, so I asked, would you use these options? Do you think you'd buy the new meal plan? And then, what do you think, like what other options do you think or meal plans should be put in place? And they just said something that's essentially the block meal plan, just cheaper with more like not the dining halls, just the retail places on campus.
What other questions? No questions? All right, well, thank you so much. So I'll let you fill out those sheets, I'll come around and pick them up. One sheet for both of you guys to do as a team, just write team Will and Zach. So what did they do well? You wanna start, Hunter?
They were very concise with like their slides and stuff, and they knew a lot about the topic.
Yes.
Good eye contact.
Yeah, I thought the energy was nice and warm. It
Yeah.
felt like they were just talking to friends. Did you feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen, what did you have?
I like the places that you guys chose, especially Chipotle and Big Pan. Like even though, like some of the places are healthy on campus, like Freshie, but nobody goes there. I mean, some people do, but I don't really enjoy it. So I like the places that you chose, like they're popular. And a lot of the stuff that we have around campus aren't as popular. And even like in just the community and outside in the country.
So it resonated with you, right?
Right.
So hit the nail on the head there. What else? Kendra?
I like how we took a survey to make sure this was like something that students want and that would be like beneficial to implement at our school.
Absolutely. So remember remember our first week of class 2, I talked about, not only are business communications front loaded, it's evidence based. And can you have evidence if you don't have a survey or you don't have a study? So to go out and do your own research shows a lot of initiative. So I applaud you guys. Thought we could have seen some more graphics on those text slides, change it up a little bit. And the idea that you had at the end that came out in the Q&A about, I looked at my own bank statements over the course of the semester. Make a slide of an example of a typical student spends this much, and you don't have to say it's me, but I think you should have added a slide that shows $1,000 savings per student, but then that increase that comes on the other side of the balance sheet, right, for the university, right, and the franchisees. So it's a win-win there. Maybe a little bit more discussion also could have been used in the second question, I think, or the first question was about the competition with other franchisees, right? So, Maddie, you asked that question. So, if other franchises are gonna kind of fall off the map, you're not looking to take anyone out, you're just looking to replace the ones that really people aren't using. And that's probably good for that business as well, to let them out of that contract and put a different business in there. So a little bit more of a discussion on that. Anything else that you thought they did well or could have improved on?
Well, if they had more visuals on their slides, make it more appealing.
Yeah.
Like some of them just like kind of fun.
Yeah, so a little bland, so make those changes before you submit at 3 o'clock. Hunter?
I can't remember what slide it was, but I know I had a hard time seeing one of the like bubble ones. It was kind of
Yeah.
like the font
So
was
that
really
was your,
small.
that was one of your strategy slides right from the beginning.
Yeah,
So
I would say just make that one a little like bigger.
there's no reason why this, since you've got plenty of room on the screen, this circle can't be 3 times the size and the font can't come out bigger. So make those changes as well. These things don't have to be as big as they are, so it gives you more room on the slide. But this was your key strategy, right? These were the reasons why. and it really set the presentation up, you just couldn't see it. Right. And you can see the color washes out a little bit with the, these two colors wash out, so you might wanna just darken the shade, you can darken it just ever so slightly radiated. Anything else they could have done better, differently?
I think, one of the slides, it was on the plan of action, I think it had one typo. I think you just had like add an S or something.
Make it plural. Yep, the worker, it said,
Oh, yeah.
have more worker.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, we're gonna hire one person, right, extra. So, you know, watch those plurals. Those are easy things to miss when you're looking at your own work. Normally in a business situation, you rehearse with your boss before you go into, the formal presentation with your key audience. So I'm using this opportunity to give you that feedback so that you can, refresh those slides, you can edit those slides and make sure that they're just the way your boss supervisor would want them. So, any other thoughts before we move on to our next group? Okay, so I am going to close this up. And remember, you still need to submit on Moodle, even if you've shared it with me on OneDrive. The Moodle one is the one I'm grading, so if it's not in there, that's okay. So are you, ready to go, Sadia and Kelly? The bottom button is what we use for the exercise.